or Hazel's behind me. I lost my train of thought because my dog was too cute. Welcome back to my channel. This episode is for you if you are finding yourself procrastinating, getting stuck in perfectionism, and holding back on the things that you want to be doing or you know you should be doing to market and grow your business. And Hazel's behind me. So when I'm working with clients or people in the membership and they're telling me about the things that they are hoping to do or that they've been working on, or maybe not quite working on, one of the mindset issues that comes up is that they are envisioning this amazing thing, often because we see other people doing that thing and we want to do that too. So maybe you're looking at my YouTube channel like, oh my gosh, Sarah is such a good speaker on video and she has a cute little background and her dog is so cute and I want to do a YouTube, but I couldn't do it that well. So here's a fun fact. Whatever you are imagining in your brain, your audience doesn't know that. They don't know what you've planned, all of the ideas you've come up with. They don't know the people that you've been watching for inspiration. They have no idea what you're trying to do. They only see what you actually show up and do, what you launch, what you present. And if you don't show up at all, they're going to pay attention to someone else. I'm sure there are other people in your niche doing very similar things. And so if you're not showing up, if you're not launching the thing, if you're not publishing new videos, if you're not sending emails, somebody else is going to do that thing and they're going to pay attention to them instead. The other thing that I've learned in many years of making content and products is that you are going to change that thing no matter what. You're going to change it in a week because somebody used it and you learned something about it. You're going to change it in a month because you learned something new. You're going to change it next year. You're going to change it every year. So in order to keep myself from having crazy expectations or holding myself back from something that I know I really want to do, or just procrastinating forever, getting started or getting it done, I use the fine, better, best method. And I can't take credit for this. I learned this when I was doing aerial silks. I was a circus performer for almost 10 years. And I learned this method about rigging your aerial equipment. So that means whatever you are hanging your silks or your lyra, trapeze, whatever you're hanging it from on the ceiling is called rigging, or if you have a rig to hang it from. So shout out to Brett Copes. He is who I learned this from, and he was a rigger for Cirque du Soleil and Marvel. And so I did a bunch of workshops with him, and this is one of the things he said every single time. Fine is something like your equipment is hung on something or in a way that makes it fairly unlikely that it is going to fail or break, or you're going to fall on your head. Obviously, that is the number one thing that we want to avoid happening when you're a circus performer. Option number 2 is going to be better. What is the better version of that? And that's going to be hanging from a structural beam. It's going to be hanging from your own personal rig. Get a little rigging info in this video as well. But you're really, really unlikely to fall on your head. It's like pretty much totally safe. And then the best version is going to be you're hanging from a structural beam. The only way your rigging is going to fail is if the building falls down. If the building burns down, then you might have a problem. But when you get to that best version, it's only like crazy things that are going to go wrong. Now, obviously, you want to go for the best version whenever possible. You want to aim high and create the best scenario for yourself, as you would want to do with launching a YouTube channel or a podcast or creating a new course, launching a new service. However, because we don't have all the info until we put that thing out there, you won't learn exactly how your audience is going to respond, whether they're going to purchase, subscribe, share your thing. So sometimes we start with the fine option or the better option before we get to the best option. Most likely, you are not going to have that best version of the thing for months or years because you're going to create different iterations of it. You're going to add, you're going to take away, you're going to learn from people using it. So for example, if you want to start a YouTube channel, but you're totally freaked out about doing the whole channel, putting things together, creating longer videos, talking on video, then maybe the first like fine version of that is going on stories and talking to your audience on stories. Or maybe you are creating a reel that's up to I think 90 seconds now, 60 seconds, 90 seconds, and you're just talking through something on Reels. That can be the fine version of your YouTube channel. You do not have to actually create the YouTube channel to get things going. So think about what is going to hold you back. Are you feeling uncomfortable talking on video? Do you don't like the equipment that you have? Maybe you're in like my ceilings in here are very tall, which means there's an echo. So all of those little things could hold me back from doing the actual channel, but instead you can start smaller with something that's not even YouTube related. Or for maybe your better version, you do some YouTube videos, but you use your phone. I'm using my phone right now. It's fine. I have my fancy mic. But the first, I don't know how many videos I have now, maybe 10. The first set of videos, I just used the microphone on my camera. That was the fine version or the better version. The best version, I would love to have a fancy mic that's going to muffle some of the echo in here and create better sound. But I'm not going to stop doing the thing or getting started because I just have my phone. So as you are planning for the new year, it's December 1st as I'm recording this. So if you are doing some planning or thinking about your goals or projects that you want to start, think about the range of options you have before you get to that like perfection, like, the YouTube channel with a million subscribers and you're showing up every day and it's so easy and you just set up your camera and you record whatever and you're not having to think through everything or make it a big complicated process. So if you're watching someone that has millions of followers on YouTube, instead of looking at what they're doing and thinking, okay, now I have to do X, Y, Z, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and you have a huge list, think about the easiest way to do it. Do the fine version first, which will probably turn out to be the better version because we are a little bit hard on ourselves. I know I am. And then start from there. Even if you feel like you're starting with your best version, I guarantee that in a couple of months or a year, you're gonna go back and look at that thing and be like, ugh, I could have done so much better. And you're probably gonna redo it. I do that all the time. I go through and I update lessons in the courses. Or this video was an email. Let's see, what year is this? 2019, March 2019. That's when I first shared this piece of content and it was just an email. Now we're doing a YouTube video. So if you are a perfectionist like me and you tend to have a huge complicated idea right from the start and you want to make sure that every little thing is perfect, give yourself some grace, give yourself a little bit of a break, make it easy on yourself. If you are finding that expectation that you've created for yourself, you've imagined up this expectation or set of expectations or rules for how things need to be done, throw that shit away and figure out what the easiest version is for you so that you don't put it off for 6 months or a year. So I'm recording this in December. This is a really good time to think about all of the plans that you had in the past year that didn't quite happen, or you put them off, or you procrastinated, or you were like, I don't know if I can do that. Can I do that? Will anybody care? Yes, try it. Do the fine version, scooch it out there, see what people say, get some feedback, and then you can do the better version and the best version. Remember, like I said at the beginning, nobody else knows your plans unless you tell them. So you can keep things under wraps, do the fine version, and then in a few months, a few weeks, a few years, when you get to that best version, you are going to realize that it is even bester, I'm making up a word. It's more bester than you could have ever come up with from that starting point. So don't worry about showing up with the best, most complete course ever or having the most perfect workshop. You will always learn more things. You will always change things. You will always add things in and adjust when it's in front of your audience. Fine, better, best. What are the options, the range of things that you could do if you are finding yourself being very perfectiony, procrastinating, getting some imposter syndrome going over what you can create? Start from something small. That's totally okay. Or if you've got a big plan and you have the time and the resources, go for best. You can go for it. But I'm going to tell you that you're going to find out that that is maybe going to be your fine version or your better version in the future anyway, because you're going to change shit. So let me know in the comments if this is going to be helpful for you. If you've felt held back and stuck by procrastination and perfectionism and trying to get that thing just perfectly perfect so that you can launch it, remember, you can go forward doing the fine or better version and be successful with what you have right now. So take imperfect action, hit publish, hit launch, go for that big scary project that you've been thinking about, and inch your way toward creating that perfect, beautiful, best version that you've got in your head. All right, let me know if it helped. Share this video with someone who needs a little boost, a little pep talk, and I will talk to you again next week.